You know, I've been mulling in the last 3 days over whether I should review this abortion of a Raw, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Just because I got a lot of shit I gotta say about this video, but so anyway, Ryback opens up the show with a promo in the ring. First of all, Ryback should not be cutting promos. He should be just saying his catchphrase. So you know the expression "less is more." That definitely pertains to Ryback in this case. Feed me more. That is all he needs to say. So then we get Vicky coming out there. Oh God. Oh my God. There's some days I just want to go when she comes out there. And she basically says, "You're not going to be tearing up anything tonight, because if you do, you can be suspended or fined." If I'm Ryback, I would be saying, "Well, you just bring it, bitch." So then she puts him in a match against Tensai. Gee, here's a match I haven't seen before. Ryback should have just taken Tensai out of the woodshed here. Maybe, hell, he could have just plastered him with a steel chair or some shit. But as it was, he gave him the shell shock after about 3 or 4 minutes, and that was it. Horrible segment. And speaking of stupid, I thought when Wade Barrett came back off his injury that he was going to go for the World Heavyweight Championship. Well, if that's the case, then why the hell is he going after Kofi Kingston? Yeah, I know he eliminated him at Survivor Series, but so he's wrestling him in a match, non-title. You're kind of shooting kind of low, aren't you, there, Wade? This is stupid. Wade Barrett, you are better than this. You shouldn't be wasting your time on Kofi Kingston. Yeah, you won, but you should not be going for the Intercontinental title. You should be going up to the World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, granted, I know the Big Show is the champ right now, and Vince has always had a thing about heels challenging other heels for the championship or faces against faces, but hell, it'd be better off than what you're doing right now, buddy. Okay, then we get our Random Divas match. Oh, Jesus. Caitlyn against Oksana after it was revealed that Oksana was actually the person behind attacking Caitlyn at Night of Champions. There is no build to this. This is all bullshit. There's no build up or nothing to it. There's another horrible Divas match that lasted about 2 minutes. Neither Diva got an entrance, and they shouldn't have because they don't deserve one. But Caitlyn won. That's all. Next. Okay, then you had Antonio Cesaro against Brodus Clay. Seen this match before. Don't give a shit. You had R-Truth on commentary. Cesaro beat R-Truth clean at Survivor Series, so why the hell is he doing commentary? Is he still in the U.S. title picture? He shouldn't be. And Cesaro won clean with the neutralizer on Brodus. While it was impressive and all, getting a near 400-pound guy up into that move when you're only about 230 pounds, but he already did it once before, so it kind of takes a little bit of luster off of that now, don't you think? Now for the biggest piece of monkey shit I've ever seen. Oh my God. I am so sick of this fucking AJ, Cena, Vicky Guerrero, Dolph Ziggler shit. So Vicky dug up a couple of restaurant employees or something, I guess, and saying that AJ and Cena were doing this and that. And it's like, God, I don't give a shit. Yeah, the hockey players are locked up, but it sure didn't stop Cena and AJ from playing a little tonsil hockey now, did it? And then after this, I mean, you get Ziggler attacking Cena from behind, and Cena goes out to chase him, and he seems to have tweaked his ankle or something, or his knee or whatever, but supposedly he's legit injured. I think that's a load of crap too, probably, but... So then later, I'm going to kind of go out of order here, because I want to talk about this. So AJ ends up going into the guy's locker room and confronts Ziggler about what he did earlier, and you know, I gained a newfound respect for Dolph Ziggler. I'm not gonna lie here, because Ziggler told AJ exactly what she is: a sad, weak, and pitiful. I mean, you've all seen girls like this that are really needy, and any shred of attention that they get from a man, they latch onto it, and from there, AJ just goes batshit crazy on him, and John Cena, being Dudley Do-Right, he tries to pull her off of there, off of Ziggler, and then Ziggler attacks him, and they go at it, and Ziggler puts him through the bathroom stall, and then, which was a nice touch, he kicked that knee that was supposedly injured earlier, and I kind of liken this to... This is something that happened back in early 1985 when the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, went up to Tully Blanchard, and the rest of the heel locker room attacked Dusty Rhodes, and they beat his ass. I mean, granted, with the primetime players and whoever else was in the locker room with Ziggler, yeah, they weren't dressed, but if they were, they should have piss pounded Cena too, just for being in their locker room. You get it, you know. So, but I am so sick of this fucking AJ Cena Ziggler bullshit. Yeah, we're probably gonna get him. I'm sure we're gonna get a match between Cena and Ziggler at TLC. Hopefully, maybe it'll be a TLC match or something, and hopefully Ziggler will beat his ass. All right, here's another one from the Department of Redundancy Department. Gee, it's another match between Randy Orton and ADR, but this time it's 2 out of 3 falls. At Survivor Series, when it was down to Orton and The Miz, like on Team Foley, you know, after Orton gave The Miz the RKO on the SmackDown for Survivor Series like last week, you know, that should have probably been the start of Orton's heel turn. I mean, if the WWE is going to try to turn Miz face, wouldn't you think you'd want to turn somebody else heel to kind of balance it out, you know? Orton has been wanting to turn heel for a long time. It's been well documented. So I'd say, and Sunday night should have been, that would have been the perfect time to turn him heel. Have him turn on The Miz or something. Give him the RKO and then maybe act like you're going for the punch or something. Lord knows he hasn't done that in a while. But getting back to the Orton ADR match, it's pretty cut and dried. You pretty much knew Orton was going to win somehow, some way. Yeah, he won the first call by DQ after ADR kept throwing his arm into the ring post. So meant that ADR won. He won the second fall by submission with the cross arm breaker. But then Orton's supposed to have he's supposed to be selling an injured arm that got in the match. But hell, he didn't sell that for nothing there, brother. Because he ends up winning with an RKO out of nowhere. Gee, I haven't seen that before. It's like some feud this is. Or Orton's like what 4-5-0 against him. That doesn't really constitute a feud. This is just this is 2012 WWE booking at its absolute worst. It's like when are the heels supposed to get any heat by getting over on the baby face? Huh? Absolute bullshit. Okay, here's an absolutely pointless match. Great Khali against Epico and Primo. You got Hornswoggle coming out there bringing flowers for Rosa, and she ends up getting squirted by them. Really, WWE? Oh my God! What the hell is the point of this match? It just the way it sounds, it's just like a hell of a way to bury one of your tag teams. Next. Okay, then you had Miz against David Otunga. You know, if I get that they're wanting to turn Miz into a face, but gee, maybe you should put him against somebody that's maybe a little higher on the card than Otunga. I'm just saying here. And they were chanting boring during the match, and I was pretty bored through that match too. I'm not gonna lie. And Miz ends up on the skull crushing finale, and you know I'm not really buying Miz as a face quite yet. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But Miz won. So then your 2-hour main event was Sheamus against Damian Sandow. Before the match, Sheamus comes in the ring with that chair that he used to beat the living fuck out of Big Show at Survivor Series. Beat him like 31 times. And while he's cutting a promo, it's like, this isn't a good sign when this is a guy that's supposed to be your number 2 babyface, and he's talking and he's cutting his promo and he's getting the what chance. Wow. But then you get Big Show appearing on the ramps, and he's talking about this and that. It's like, yeah, you might have hit me 31 times with a steel chair, but I'm still the World Heavyweight Champion. So this is kind of a nondescript match, really. She ends up going over with the Bro Kick. What do you expect? So then, finally, we have a bright spot in this abortion of a Raw. Team Hell No against Rey and Sin Cara. I have seen this match, but you had the primetime players on commentary, and when I talk about highlights of the show, Titus O'Neil was fucking awesome doing commentary. Talking about a wash rag and this and that, you know. And they actually got involved in the match. They caused a DQ. They attacked Kane after Kane gave, I think it was Rey Mysterio the choke slam. Maybe it was Sin Cara, I don't remember, but Titus O'Neil and Darren Young both got the 619 from Rey, and that's about it. But it was a good match, and Titus O'Neil was hella good on commentary. Okay, and now this is what the show all built up to. CM Punk's 1 year as champion, 365 days. Well, Heyman was good on the mic as usual. Then he introduces Punk. They did play a nice video package about Punk's last year as champion, which I thought was good. Then they had the little list of the top 10 champions in WWE history according to longest reign. Really, Punk's only about 2 weeks away from moving into number 6 on the above John Cena on the longest reign list, but he's got a hell of a long way to go to get to number 5. He'd have to hold the belt about another 2 years to get up to where Pedro Morales is, and he's gonna have to hold the belt till about 2018 or so before he gets to Bruno Sammartino, which, well, we all know that's not gonna happen. But And so finally Ryback ends up coming out there and he gets attacked again by the NXT guys, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns, who used to be a football player at Georgia Tech. And the big problem I have with this is that what you saw at Survivor Series, where those three guys put him through the table, they put Ryback through the announce table, they showed the same fucking thing the next night. Well, granted, I didn't pay for Survivor Series. I only saw about the last match, but hell, if you're gonna give some shit like this away for free, kind of defeats the purpose of paying for Survivor Series now, doesn't it? Jesus Christ. Okay, my final thoughts are this. You know, I've been a wrestling fan since I was about 7, 8 years old, which means I've been pretty much a wrestling fan my whole entire life. I started watching wrestling on Channel 7 in my hometown back about 1975, 1976. The old All-Star Wrestling, with guys like Rufus Aldrich Jones and Boozer Bob Sweetan, Harley Race, the Rat Pack. I could go on and on. And I can honestly say in the last 37 years or so that I have never been so... I don't know what the term I'm looking for is. I can't believe I'm a wrestling fan right now. Because this show is... WWE is probably about the absolute worst I've seen it. Probably ever since I've been a fan. I've only watched WWF, WWE since 1981 when I first got cable. And, God, outside of the Team Hell No versus Rey and Sin Cara match, pretty much this whole entire show was shit. And I know I've been pretty negative about about my review of this show, but I just don't have anything good to say about this show other than that match. So, wow. That's all I'm going to say about it. I'm Marvelous Mark signing off for now. I may do Raw review next week, but I don't know.